this is ShareBear0607. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a fun tutorial for you. This is how to curl your American Girl doll's hair, or any 18-inch doll. Today I have Molly here. I tend to do this hairstyle or this tutorial on her the most. Mostly because she has wavy hair to begin with from her braids. So it's just easy. I don't know why I always just do it on her, but anyways, you could use this on any AG doll, except for probably dolls that are like Julie, who have the stick straight hair. So yeah, you can use it on. You can even use it on the dolls with the textured hair. Also, if the doll already has curly hair, then you probably won't need to do this. But this is to achieve the curly hair. Like Caroline or any of the dolls like that. So these are the things you're going to need. First thing you're going to need is a water bottle with water in it, because you want to be able to spritz the doll's hair. You also will need an AG brush or a wire wig brush. You'll also need, this is optional, this is a rat tail comb, and this is mostly just to help section off the hair for the dolls. And then you will also need a pen or a pencil. I like to use the fine tip Sharpie pens. They have the best diameter for the kind of curl I want. I found that using a pencil, it gets the job done, but the curls are too tight, and sometimes it's a little too difficult to wrap the hair around that small diameter. So this seems to be the best diameter for me anyways. You will also need this, well, this is optional, is one of these little claw clips, and that's just to help hold the doll hair that you're not curling at the time, to hold it out of the way. And also for this tutorial, you will need bobby pins. These are regular size bobby pins. You can see there, regular size bobby pins. But you could also, if you can find them, these are like small versions of the bobby pins, and these are, I found these at Target. These are Goody brands, and they're just small. You can see that's a regular one, and this is a like a small version. They don't call it anything but a bobby pin, but it's just a small version of the bobby pin. Sometimes the smaller ones are easier for when you need to make a tighter curl, or you have a smaller piece of hair or something like that, to fit it in there. Sometimes it's just easier to use one of the small ones, so I have these on hand. And obviously you'll need a doll for this. So let's go ahead and get started on curling the hair. Okay, the first step of this tutorial is you want to brush your doll's hair, but before you brush the hair, you want to spritz it with water, to just because you always want to kind of spritz the hair. So let's go ahead and wet Molly's hair, just a few spritzes, and then just give it a nice comb through. And then after that, you're going to want to section off the hair. Now, what I do is I usually start on the bottom and work my way up the head, because it's easier that way to get the curls in, or all the bobby pins and all that kind of stuff. I just found that this tutorial, or this method, is just easier to work from the bottom part of the head all the way up to the crown. So I am going to section off the hair, and then we'll move on to the next step. the hair sectioned off, it's easiest to do it where the wefts of hair are sewn onto the wig cap. It's just where the hair on the doll usually wants to naturally part anyways. So that's where you want to part it from. Now the hair kind of around the pen like that. So you see how it's wrapped around the pen. But you want to kind of do it neatly because you want the hair to wrap around on top of itself. So then you just keep, kind of like you would do with a curling iron where you like wrap it, sometimes you wrap it on top of itself. So you just keep going up the hair. You just keep wrapping the hair like that to where it's like, you know, it's tight against the head. Now, if your doll has little short baby hairs like Molly does, that's for the purpose of having like pigtails, like that kind of style, so that way the wig cap doesn't show through. If your doll has that, then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to comb those hairs straight. Otherwise, when your curl comes out, all the hairs are going to go like all over the place, like, and it won't look good. So if your doll does have that, then you want to make sure that you comb those hairs, like kind of just push them down or something like that. But so what you're going to want to do is you're going to hold this tight. You're going to hold the hair in the curl shape and slide the pen out. So right now you have like this little nugget of hair, you see. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take a bobby pin. You can use the small one or the big one, and you're going to slide the bobby pin through the curl. Now, technically you could leave it with just one in, but I have found that it does not hold the curl in place to the tightness that you want it. So what I do is I go back in the opposite direction of the first bobby pin, and I secure it with a second bobby pin. So you can kind of see that there. So that is, I'm going to go ahead and do this on the rest of Molly's head, and then we'll go to the next step. So once you guys have all of the pins in, then what you're going to want to do is, after it's all done and you're ready to let it set, you want to take your spray bottle and then just mist, obviously cover the doll's eyes so they don't get wet, but mist all over the head, like that, and just let it, and then what you're going to do is you're going to just let the doll just sit there And I say for about probably at least 6 hours, but I usually leave my doll hair in for like overnight, you know, like 12 hours or something like that, just to make sure that the curls really set in the hair. The longer you let them sit in the pin curls, the longer they will stay, or the tighter they will be, the tighter the curl and the better they will set in the doll's hair. So this is a non-permanent way of getting curls in your doll's hair, so you're not using any heat or anything like that. You're just going to let the hair air dry right now at this point. So what I'm going to do is I will check back in with you guys tomorrow, and we'll take out the curls or the pins so you can see what it looks like. So see you guys in a little bit. Alright, so now it's the next day, and she has been sitting for about 14 hours or so, and her head is completely dry, her hair is completely dry. So so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take all the pin curls out. So what you do is, I work from the bottom up just because of the way the curls fall. That way they don't get messed up once you take them out. When you're taking out the bobby pins, just be careful, because sometimes they close on the hair and snag it. So you want to be kind of careful when you're taking them off. And I just let it sit loose. I don't do anything with it yet. I wait until I get all the curls out. So you just take them out like that. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of her head. Okay, so once you get all the pins out, her hair looks kind of crazy, right? I mean, it's just like really tight curls. So what I do is I just loosely shake. Oh, I missed one. I loosely shake the doll's head, or shake the doll, I guess. And then what happens is the curls kind of just naturally fall. So as you can see, they're super tight right now, and that's okay, because as you style the hair and play with the hair and mess with the hair, it the curls will relax out. So like right now, I mean, it looks really tight curls. You can pull on them, you can move them around and fix them however you want them to be. You can combine curls, you can do all kinds of stuff with this. So one thing that's really great about this hairstyle is, or this method of curling hair, is that it will stay like this pretty much until you brush it out. And like I had Molly's hair like this and these curls for probably I don't know, 4 months or something, doing different hairstyles with it, and the curls stayed intact. And you just, to put them back into place, you can just finger curl them like you would with a curly haired AG doll. And you can make them like fluffy if you want, or you can make them like more like stuck together, however you want to do it. I like to style her hair with wearing a ribbon, things like that, but you can make it look more modern if you want to. Yeah, so this is my way of doing tight curls. There are other ways of doing curls on AG dolls, and I'll do a few other tutorials, like for dolls like Addie. Sometimes doing this method can mess with the texture of the hair, but it still looks pretty when you do it this way. But I prefer doing a different curl method for Addie. And yes, Addie's hair does curl and it looks amazing. So anyway, go ahead and give this a thumbs up, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any questions about this, please leave them in the comments and I'd be happy to answer the questions for you. And thanks so much for watching. Bye, you guys.